Welcome back to the Brew Crew podcast, everyone. This is episode 298. And we're back in the church room bar. Happy to be here. Almost didn't work out today.
This was, because we were talking about it,
Yeah.
that this almost didn't happen.
Yeah, almost.
It was every even one in the in the 90s we've been virtual for.
Dang.
So we broke the chain.
That's great. I'm glad we broke the chain. It was close. It was a close one, but it worked out.
I need to say a special out-shout to new Chuggalo, Kyle. Kyle, we talked about you last week, but
Hey, Kyle.
I said at the top of the episode I was going to, because, again, he was saying, gives us feedback, and I'll share Kyle's feedback. He likes the shorter episodes because he listens while he's doing things, and it's hard to always come back to the same spot. So
I see.
I like any sort of feedback like that, so especially, this episode's dedicated to Chuggalo Kyle. Thanks for the feedback.
It's hard to come back to the same spot. Because it's YouTube. Yeah, I'll have to chew on that for a little while.
Yeah.
Well,
it leaves off, but I understand we get long-winded because we enjoy
Sure.
each other's company, and it takes a little while to drink some beer. But,
well, just to let everyone know, we're all full up to date on Spotify. So if you want to listen and not watch, if you want to lock your phone while you're listening, Spotify, and I'm gonna keep up with it.
Will Spotify do that?
Yeah.
So that's why I use Pandora when I am doing lawn work.
Yes,
because you can't use YouTube.
Right. If you can use YouTube, if you have YouTube Premium, you can lock your phone.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of money.
I use that. I canceled a bunch of shit and got YouTube Premium because I watch YouTube way more, like with Kill Tony and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, Spotify, you can both watch and listen, so you could listen and lock your phone.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. So I'm gonna keep that going.
That
I have some
episode
theories.
was so good.
And is it the new one? Because I didn't watch it yet.
Yeah, it's.
I gotta wait
good.
for Katie for the new
I'm
stuff.
so glad I didn't say anything more. It's just a great episode.
Yeah, I saw Adam Ray's in it.
It's S tier. Well, I didn't know that going in. They left that as it was blurred.
Oh,
for
it was
the
blurred.
first 4 days.
The
or
preview.
secret guest. We're gonna get right to the beer because the second beer is a little bit more. So the first beer is gonna be Grimm. We haven't had them before on the podcast. For Funsies.
Ooh, I like Funsies.
It's an 8% double IPA. You can find out more from Grimm Ales. Grimm, 2 M's, ALES.com.
Like the Brothers Grimm.
Brooklyn, New York. Let's go with the crack.
Brooklyn.
It's not primed.
I'm walking here.
I love it.
They love when you say that.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. I've been sitting on this one for a little while. I'm excited for it. They're the New York State Brewer of the Year in year 21, 22, and 24.
Okay, that's a lot of years.
They were a gypsy brewer all the way up until 2018. And if longtime Chuggalo fans are going to know what a gypsy brewer is,
What is that?
It's a brewer that doesn't have their own location. So they rent out other people's lines when other breweries aren't brewing because, believe it or not, a lot of breweries do not brew around the clock. And one of their lines or two of their lines will go down.
Believe it or not.
The BCP could go in. We could rent a line, all the ingredients, packaging, and we pay a predetermined price to the brewer. Untitled Art does something to that. They're a brewer for hire, though, where you send the recipes. This is you're actually in the production facility. And again, they specialize in IPAs, sours, and the sour IPAs. So that's their sweet spot. They're 10 and 2. And they highlighted that they are New York's premier macerator of their own fruit. They have their own carbonic.
What the hell does all this mean? Will you
Macerating,
break it down for me?
Yeah, maceration is like mastication, but maceration is like pounding fruit into juices.
Oh, sweet.
So they juice their own stuff, but the maceration includes the entire part of the fruit.
Ah.
So not
we'll
with
find
oranges and
worth the
peels.
squeeze.
Yeah. And so I'm really excited.
What was the other carbon something you said?
Carbonic. That's their process. I didn't learn too much about
Carbonic.
that. Their website is rife with information, but they've been brewing for a while, but it wasn't until 2018 that they went brick and mortar and in Brooklyn, New York. And we Nightmare Brewing, there's a bunch of good brewers that come out of we have had Grimm, but I believe it was in not on the podcast. This is the first time. This is a podcast debut.
Ooh.
But I've either ordered it in a Tavor box. I didn't check into it, but I was very aware of their standing. I got this from Hall, so they're local to the Southwest Ohio location. Now they had a couple of Grimms. But yeah, that's and I found out all that at grimmales.com. So we're gonna sit and enjoy, because it is again an 8% double IPA. Just catch up, everyone, in the world events. Hurricane Helene went through. If you're in the southeastern part of the United States or all the way up to Ohio, you are probably feeling the effects.
Mm-hmm.
Please reach out to us if there's anything that we can do. I know a tree fell on my buddy's house, Chuggalo Pete, on Saturday. He refused to ask on the house. He refused to ask for help, so I just took my Sawzall and my ladder and I just went and cut the tree off for him.
That's what's up.
Because he's not. Yeah. Again, you're gonna laugh when you see the episode. And we caulked the hole that it punctured. Caulked it because he didn't have any tarps or anything. And then the insurance adjuster, because there's storm chasers all around.
Yeah.
Because Hurricane Helene came through, and we had upwards of 60-mile-an-hour winds in the area. A lot of people just 2 doors down from the church room bar, they're without power. We're just on a different spur. Beer related. This last weekend was supposed to be the Dayton Art Institute's Oktoberfest, one of the big events that we look forward to, especially their preview party.
Love it.
We're getting ready for their preview party, JT, and get this. They canceled it. Because straight line winds knocked over a debris into a transformer. The transformer exploded, caught the artisan tent on fire.
Yikes. Common in Dayton for these transformers.
This is going to be my question to JT. Is the tickets for non-members are $75. The tickets for members are $55. Day of the event is $95. To repay these individuals that, again, this money goes to the Dayton Art Institute. They run 2 events, this and Art Ball, both awesome events. They run those events just for the sole purpose of paying their light bill for the year. That's all that's all these events do. But JT, this is how they reciprocated their fan, and I need your feedback on this. They said that individuals that go to the preview party, again, $75. The jig is that it's all you can drink for the night of, and it's not as crowded. Is you get free admission on Saturday or Sunday, and a free beer.
Yeah, that's not good.
The messaging, and I understand as a charity, we bought 4 tickets, one for my wife and I, and then my in-laws came down. So we got 0 return on that. Yeah. I appreciate that it's a charity. It's a weather event. Saturday, it was just pissing. I had friends that went Saturday and just bundled, like, we're wearing rain slickers, and they sent us a video. Normally it's elbows and assholes, maybe a couple hundred people from and spread out over a rather large area.
Wow. Yeah,
so beer related, a free beer and free admission. Well, normal admission on Saturday, Sunday, I think is $10.
So I was thinking, okay, so I'm sure that they spent a pretty penny on making sure that this place was stocked with the right boozes and
well, they bring in 2 semi-trailers full of beer, and
that's awesome.
All of the staff that's working, pouring beers or whatever, it's all volunteer.
All volunteer.
So off the side they have 2 semi-trailers that each have 12 spigots off of them. So they're hooked up to kegs, and they have individuals inside switching out kegs because they're going through that much beer on both sides. Again, the artisan tent, these are individuals that are craftsmen, that are experts in their trade. When I hear that a tent starts on fire, my concern goes to them because that's their life's work.
Yeah.
These aren't people putting popsicle stick crafts together.
Yeah,
these
right.
are fine,
this is real stuff, yeah.
Yeah, fine, like, anywhere from $15, $20 to upwards of a couple $1,000s of these paintings or sculptures or tchotchkes.
Right. So my initial thought is recoup the costs that you've paid out to vendors and beer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then just return the rest because it is a charity, and then say, here's the the money that we have left. We're gonna give it back to everyone evenly, maybe, and the rest is a donation. Maybe we'll try to do this again some other time, or feel free to just let us know if you want to donate your entire $75. That'd be cool. They kind of took your money.
I like what JT said, and that was kind of the majority opinion in our group. I don't want to go over, they sent out notes but they didn't give people a choice.
Right.
Where like you gave, because it's going to take a real special kind of jerk, I think, to be like, you know what, just give me my money back.
Right.
Knowing that it's a charity, no one's lining their pockets. I mean, it's a very fancy art museum.
Yeah. I
know JT's been there for Christmas parties. I've been there for multiple events, the Oktoberfest, Art Ball, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And these cost a lot of money. But I'm like, that's just, for me, it's the cost of doing business. We just re-vectored,
Yeah.
We had 2 sick kids anyway, so the in-laws stayed, and we just ended up going to another popular date and haunt. It's just the messaging for it wasn't, you didn't give the illusion of that choice.
Right. Yeah, you should have done that. And now there'd be a good opportunity, had you have returned a lot of that money, to do another event, a more like ad hoc kind of sudden thing where you could maybe do like a food truck rally or something that would draw in people who aren't putting their weekends aside for your event. That'd be cool. You could always do that.
Yeah, it's just I'm just sending it to you just for
cool.
And they've updated people throughout the weekend, but at that point, it's like our schedule was done, and then we had sporting events. A lot of people were surprised in the area that they still had, the Beaver Creek homecoming game. There was no lightning, so it was just, it was a inconvenience, and we're looking at still 10,000 people in the area without power. Dealing with that going on over 3 days now. But everything is messaging. Even Chuggalos, thanks for listening. We've even screwed up the messaging 300 episodes into this beast, where I've definitely come off daft. JT is pretty infallible. He's not screwed up, but I have most of the mistakes on this pod.
There are no mistakes on this pod, so you're taking too much blame for something that never happened. Yeah. We've never messed up. I think that'd be where I'd go with that. That's a really interesting situation, considering they don't really have the money, and they probably spent a lot of money. Are there additional fundraisers that happen during?
They only have the 2 fundraisers.
So there's not like a silent auction or anything that happened like during the event.
No.
So it's just the entry fee. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, if they said non-refundable.
Yeah.
They don't have to.
You'll see. They even quote. They're like, we understand that no refund or rain check doesn't cover right. Because it is it's a pricier ticket.
It's hard to buy art. Art's expensive.
Yeah. With that said, we need to again remind everyone. I'm gonna try to up the brightness. Wrong one.
There it is.
Sorry, Stacey. We're doing the Advent calendar again this year, the 4th annual Advent calendar.
Yes,
I always struggle with where I should put this in the order.
I've taken off the day. Taking the whole day off.
Please let us know by the 25th of October if you intend on getting an Advent calendar. Chuggalo Dave, I'm just going to say this. We know that you're not going to get one this year. Got you down.
Gotcha. Chuggalo Bobby. Come on, man.
Chuggalo Bobby. Is he still waffling?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Does he listen? Well, Chuggalo's sister.
He's not really thinking about it.
Okay, well,
I'm gonna get him.
Our goal is to make him think about it.
I want him to do videos, even if they're like 4 seconds. I don't care. Just be like,
do the minute ones. The minute ones.
He could just take a sip and be like, 4.25. Boom, done. Doesn't
the
even
minute
have to
ones
give
kill.
a narrative.
The
minute ones do kill. We should do a lot more minute videos.
Right now, we're leaning towards getting pizza. I forget the name. Bob and not the deli place. The pizza. There's a New York style pizzeria down there.
Casanos?
Nope.
Because that's not New York style. There's.
I said New York style, and you said non-New York style.
But people would think that Casanos because they have a thin crust.
It's not a chain.
Okay. So I don't. Giannino's is very popular over there. New York style pizza.
Yep. Multiple people have suggested it.
We rotate between 3 places, and none of them. They're all chains.
The other place that I would suggest is South Park, just because of all of their deliciousness or whatever, and it's right there.
New York style pizza. Is it like Pizza Factory or something?
No.
I'll think about it.
I could ask because I was talking to Matt and Maya. We swung by on Friday night and made sure, because I'm starting to get some of the numbers. We're gonna break the record this year.
We're gonna break the record.
We're at 15 advent calendars right now, and there's a month to go. We are at teetering between 10 and 12 people that are showing up the day of. So that's gonna be a lot of pizza, a lot of shenanigans. Watch as JT leaves. Just randomly,
I'm not going to leave this time.
Randomly throughout the day.
I'm not leaving.
We're going to have
I'm never leaving,
actually.
I'm staying the whole night.
I suggested...
I'm going to stay until the following Wu-Tang Wednesday.
I suggested to Matt that you may... And he goes, brother, we'll put down a cot for him.
Please do. Please do. I'm never leaving. I now live
You're
at
never going to stop.
I can go back to my house to shower. I live close. But I'm going to live there full time.
It's going to happen, people.
Yeah.
So anyways, October 25th, please let us know by November 8th. I didn't say that earlier. November 8th by, we're going to meet there at 11. We're opening that place up, and I hope to have the pizza by noon. So
I'm hoping to do breakfast that day somewhere. Now, Tank's was an obvious choice.
Ugly Duckling.
The Brunch Club is a good place to go.
Ugly Duckling.
Ugly Duckling, where's that?
But
if we're going to have food.
St. Anne's Hill. Go early.
I don't know where St. Anne's Hill is.
5th Street Brew Pub.
Oh, okay.
It's like 3 doors down.
Yeah, that's near. I also think Hasty Tasty is a good place.
They do beer and breakfast. It's right up there with Tank's.
I don't need more beer. I'm going to be
you're going to have a gap.
So much beer.
You got it. No, because you're going to leave so early.
Like
half the calendar is going to be JT's going to get a call. The aliens are going to
What if I accidentally drink calendar beer? See, that's another complication of Barrel House is... not of Barrel House. Barrel House is wonderful. Is that they're building off of their stock.
Yep.
And
that's why frequently asked questions. That's why we're getting it in early so she can order.
We're getting it in early. So how do I avoid those beers when I'm selecting the beers to drink during?
We will talk to Sarah before people get there and make sure that.
It's an interesting problem to have.
The only way it's not the prepackaged stuff, it's the lines. If we want to drink off the lines,
yeah, for sure. Because
that
is the hard part.
There's 20 lines. There's one line that you, me, and most of the people showing up cannot have, and there's a couple of wine lines.
Wine lines? There's wine lines now?
Yeah, they have 2 wine lines.
Oh, interesting.
Anyways,
lots of speculation. There's been a lot of exploration on a separate topic around. They're kind of teasing the edges of the Ohio style. There's a Buckeye beer now.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen this one? We haven't had it. I haven't had it.
It's our inability to take time and to just tackle this. We had a soft commitment from Jason years ago.
We did?
Yeah, Jason's like, just let us know.
So I went to Crooked Handle this weekend, and I'm starting to think
that
they might be too big. Hell yeah, I got the wings.
Yeah.
That's why we went there. And it was amazing. Awesome. I got 12. That was too many. Their wings are not B-Dub wings. B-Dub wings are
City Barbecue, also terrible wings. My father-in-law got City
Barbecue. Unpopular opinion.
Pigeon wings.
City Barbecue is not worth a damn of anything that they sell. Now, Fatbacks, if you want barbecue, I have to just plug this place. Fatbacks, it's on Linden. So if you know where Hasty Tasty is, you just keep going down Linden. Fatbacks is the best barbecue place in Dayton. Period. Hands down. There is no other place that you could tell me that I would think is as good or better. Fatbacks is the best barbecue place in Dayton.
I had crispy crunchy shell this last week.
Oh, did you? When were you there?
I had an empanada.
I was just there.
A coworker brought in empanadas and asked me if I wanted one. And it had the crispy crunchy shell.
No shit.
I thought you guys were always pulling my chain, and it says it right on the fucking thing.
I didn't know that. Chicken. Yeah, crispy crunchy chicken. I didn't know that they had empanadas. I get the chicken there.
Yeah, it was the chicken empanada.
Oh, okay.
Was chicken it fried potato. Chicken? Yeah, I don't know what is it.
Like crispy, crunchy inside of the empanada? Like literally the...
It was shredded chicken.
Oh, shredded chicken? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's different. Yeah, I think they changed owners recently. They don't have... The attention to the craft beer has been...
lackluster?
A little lackluster, but now they have wine. So I feel like there's a new audience for that place. They have a huge wine selection now.
Wine is increasing and the alcohol, both wine and liquor are up and beer is down.
Beer's down.
That's where
I don't like that. I like beer.
I had somebody on the Craft Beer Geeks challenge me on this being the least brewed 2023 numbers, the least brewed that I said last week. And so I gave the link, I cited my sources, and he goes, well, that's not accurate. And then he just sent me all these bar graphs or whatever. But it was still like bottom 3 on his bar graphs. He goes, it's not the least. Well, I go, it's still trending downward there, Carl Malone.
Yeah, come on. Look, no data. You know how to read it.
You want to circle back to this beer?
Let's circle back. Let's do some can art. There it is. Spinning it in circles. Little glare.
Carl, that's that right. Keyboard warrior. Oh, it's not the worst. It's the bottom 3.
We got a jester. And I like to think that this jester might be a female because then I can comment on the badunkadunk, which is quite good. It's like,
birthing hips.
It's got, birthing hips. It's got little, protrusions of the cheeks. There's something there. For funsies. And then there's a sunflower that's glaring. It has a face. The sunflower has a face glaring at the jester. And fun fact.
I love fun facts.
Not sure how this happened. But some sunflower seeds, cooked, sunflower seeds, wound up in a flower pot in my backyard, and a sunflower grew.
They sprouted.
I shit you not. Only one sunflower, and it was one stem and two sunflower heads. And I mean, these things were about to get huge, but then we had that huge drought, and they died. And I tried watering them and keeping up with it, but I don't know how to care for a sunflower. Yeah. These weren't like Ohio sunflowers. These were clearly about to be fucking huge. You know? And they died. But, out of sunflowers. Crazy, right?
Cooked sunflowers.
Because we come home from baseball events and the car's just destroyed with kids' dirt and cleats and sunflower seeds.
Smells.
So somehow a bunch of seeds wound up in a flower pot that had dirt in it already. And months later, growth. It was kind of cool.
It's a circle of life.
That's it. That's right. And so this jester's standing on a patch of grass, which is kind of weird. And then around it, there's mushrooms and other flowers and other jesters. They're kind of like Teletubbies in a way.
Flora and fauna.
One of them is hugging a cherry or something. I'm not sure what's happening here. There's a butterfly. I almost said butterflower.
Butterflower.
There's a caterpillar on the bottom that's like that book. What's that book? The Hungry Caterpillar or whatever.
Oh, the Very Hungry Caterpillar.
Yeah, it's like that. So that, there's a lot going on here. Very, very hand-drawn. Overly hand-drawn. Can art here. So the beer itself, it's hoppy and it's good. You can't, that 8% is not there. This is a crushable beer. But there's a hint of something in here, and I cannot figure it out. It's earthy. I feel like maybe... God, what is that? I cannot figure out what the underlying flavor of this beer is. And I don't think it's any of the hops. I think there's actually a flavor to this beer. Double India Pale Ale. It's well done. The beer's good. Drink it as cold as possible. That would be my biggest recommendation. As it warms up, it's less good. But the 8% is just not there. There is an earthiness about this beer that I can't pinpoint. I don't think it's definitely not pine. None of that. I think it might be. Gosh, I just can't figure it out. Something. God, what is that? It's some sort of vibrant herb. Some sort of vibrant herb. What the hell is in this beer? There's something just baselining this beer. I can't figure it out. But the hops are good. They're subtle. I would say that, if anything, this beer would qualify in my mind as a double hazy. I don't know what the color is, but it's so subtle on the hops that it does have, it's reminiscent of a New England, something that's more subtle in the hop category. The bitterness is just low, but the flavor's up. The only difference between those things is that hazy typically would have more. It would just like satiate more in the thirst area, so it's like wet. Whereas this has more dryness to it because of the hops that they're using.
That's a good picture of it. It's pretty sunset-ish.
It's sunset. So there's definitely got some opaqueness to it. I think this beer is excellently crafted. It's well done. There's just this underlying taste that I cannot pinpoint for the life of me of what it is. It's earthy. And I don't think it's the hops, but there is a hops in here that Comet hops that I'm not exactly 100% sure what the flavor should be on that. But I'm at a 4.0 on this beer. I think they really did a good job on this beer.
We haven't been the same score in a beer in a long time.
Really?
Off the top rope, I'm a 4.0. I was just looking through because I was trying to explore JT's thoughts of like that earthiness. That bright herbaceousness and
there's something there, right?
The thing that people kept saying, I don't know if it's groupthink or individuals just, dogpiling on each other. They said mango and peach.
I think it's either like a leafy herb or a vegetable, like a carrot. I think there's almost like a V8 kind of thing going on here. You gotta go hops and then just be like under that. What's under the hops? I think it's like fucking carrots. It's like vegetable juice.
It's a good
There's
beer.
something there, right?
Yeah, crushable, approachable at the 8%.
Not fruit.
In
for sure,
2 months, or we get halfway through the advent calendar, unless there's another Grimm beer, we're gonna forget about it.
Oh yeah, it's a well executed beer, but it's again an IPA with 3 hops, and it is what it is.
It is.
I hope that the Grimm Brewery has memorable beers, because this one, other than the can art, which I would remember.
Yeah, three of the most recent check-ins were at Clegg, which is again the place that I want to go to with that amazing menu, and that's that small one elderly Asian man brewer.
And all the stuff comes in glass, right?
All the stuff comes in glass.
Comes in glass. It's a huge tell.
So the one thing, and I've wanted to talk to JT about it, and I'm just going to bring it up. A lot of the times when we have 2-pint beers, we're left, and our life goes on after this. It's not like we kick back and we're watching a Sunday NFL countdown or something like that. Like life goes on. So
I don't even have cable. I can't watch NFL countdown.
There's ways. But there's ways. But so often I'm vacillating. Like, do I? Because JT never dumps anything out. It never happens in the history of the podcast. He's dumped 1 beer, and most of the time it gets left here.
So, that's true. Okay. So I thought you were making a joke. Yeah. Okay. No. I have not finished beers.
Yeah.
Several times.
No joke. No joke. This is 100% straight up. It makes me nervous when. Okay, it is.
We're still going.
Yeah. I was like, we're gonna have to redo everything. That Gunner's Daughter that you cracked last week, I put that in the fridge, and I had that. So we record on Mondays. Oh. I had that on Friday morning. Delicious.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I didn't cap it, didn't do anything like that. So
as a can.
I just put it in the fridge. I was like, just as because at this point, I couldn't have it.
Right.
We had too many life things
going on.
But was able, and like in that situation, I do have cappers that I might just like buy for cans or something like that. Cool. That I have for other things right now, my spices. But they would work for those cans. I just need to go get them. So anyways, that was a success story of just sitting on a beer, not like that one that we keistered for Chuggalos Stev for months.
Yeah, that was not good.
That was not a good one. Good. All right. Beer number 2, which I've been wanting to do for a couple of weeks. So I've been sitting on this one, and I typed it down. 2 weeks ago when I just did one, this was going to be the second beer. But I was like, I have to wait for JT for this one. This is Hoppin Frog, American Hop Surgeon. With a name like American Hop Surgeon, what kind of beer is it?
American hop surgeon.
There's no play on words there. It's just American hop, and it's got a picture of a hop on it too.
I'm gonna say it's American Pale Ale.
Yeah, it's an American nut brown ale.
Brown ale.
That's what you said, right?
That's what I said. Nut brown ale. I was definitely on point with the nut brown ale.
So I love Hoppin' Frog. I'm very close to, and I will get into it after I crack it here.
Crack it up.
But this is a 8.6%, so we'll definitely be sharing this one.
Yeah. Well, the last one was 8%. We didn't share that one.
No, we didn't.
But this one we're sharing. So this is a nut brown ale,
which is why I wanted to do it, because again we try to get out of our 10 and 2, our safety, our sours.
So what's the science here? Do you know how brown ales are made and how nut brown ales are made?
So the nut is just the imparted characteristics.
Oh, okay. So it's just the characteristics
to build it back up.
No nuts in it.
I don't believe so.
Okay. Fair enough.
And so Hoppin' Frog, you can find out more about them by going to Hoppin, no G, so Hoppin, frog.com. We've done them before we've had Carminator, we've had a couple of other beers. I love that their website is skewed to online shopping. They're out of Akron, Ohio, but they are very...
they're out of Akron. I don't know why I never really registered that. I'll be in Akron twice next summer.
So I would definitely go by this place.
We're going.
Clegg is up there too.
We're fucking going.
They're very prolific brewers, and what they don't package, they do a lot of zany, off-the-wall type stuff.
Yeah.
They have a beer box subscription, and that's what I didn't want to bury the lead on earlier. They will send you every 2 months, they will send you a box of 12 or 24 random assortment beers that they produce.
No shit.
To your door, and they only do it to 5 states right now. Ohio happens to be one of them. But I love beer mail. I mean, who doesn't? I know Gatorade.
Who doesn't love that?
Does beer mail. The only problem is
they stopped that, by the way.
They stopped.
There was like a female only beer group that's still going, but the beer sending beer, yeah, they put a stop to it.
The only problem, and the reason why I'm not broke ass about it, well, Tabor doesn't do it anymore because they're avoiding paying taxes, is you have to be, it's all signature service. Unless, like, a reputable company like Hoppin' Frog or Tabor or the brewery out of California, which I have a subscription box to, it's all signature service. So I hate being that, like, so FedEx is the big signature service alcohol deliverer around us. If you miss it twice, you have to drive 45 minutes to the distribution center one way to get it and then come back.
That's too far.
It's just, and it makes me anxious. The individuals I know that do bourbon buying in the area, and check me on this, Chuggalos, you might know more than I do on this. You can set up a signature service at like a local Walgreens. And for like a couple of bucks, they will sign it for you and they'll store it for a few days.
I think that's true. I don't know about Walgreens. I think that's true. You can, with high dollar Amazon purchases, you can do that at Kohl's as well. They'll keep it at Kohl's for you.
And there's a Kohl's on the way. Like I need to research this again.
So if you're buying shit on Amazon, like fucking hot tubs and stuff.
I like to support local. I really do. But like, so Hoppin' Frog, still Ohio or whatever, I like just random assortments of beer.
Yeah,
I like when
so
people
much.
curate stuff for me.
I prefer 12 random beers than, 3 4-packs.
$60 for the 12 random beers, by the way.
Killer deal. Unbelievable deal. Right,
and that's shipped, that's out the door, that's everything.
Wow. All different beers.
All different beers.
Holy shit.
Because they're like...
I'm doing it. Tonight I'm signing up.
They're like Treehouse in the fact that they're very prolific. I think Treehouse or whatever has like 2,000 different kinds of beers.
Go to any beer store in Ohio and you will see on their like elite stout shelves where they have a lot of Wolf's Ridge and stuff, and Anchorage, you'll see Hoppin' Frog. A lot of Hoppin' Frog on that.
Yeah, Turbo Frogs and stuff. Yeah. This beer actually came out of the this came from their beer club. They also have a rare beer club too, which is all their, it's just another tier up.
Yeah, and being in Ohio, I don't know if we're spoiled in this regard or if we see more breweries nationwide that have this feature, but the link to the bourbon in Kentucky is the bourbon barrel aged stuff. It often comes from highly recognizable, highly reputable distilleries. With Ohio breweries, it's crazy how many people are using Buffalo Trace and Evan Williams and just well-known bourbon distillers. Do you think you see that? I don't know if Hoppin Frog. I don't have an example to use, but Rare Beers is probably, I'm guessing, in that category.
Oh yes, but I think everything is Hoppin Frog exclusive. It's not. They won't like shill Russian River beers.
No. It's Rare Beers of theirs.
Yeah.
That probably are. There's probably some barrel aged stuff in there. That's barrel aged in incredible barrels you just can't get your hands on, like Pappy. Maybe a Pappy barrel.
Oh my God! There's no
Pappy barrel aged beer.
There's
gotta be.
Thousands of dollars.
Oh shit.
Anyways, I just was prompted by something else. This is why I need to write down stuff as I think about it.
Seasonal.
That's a seasonal.
Is that the Oktoberfest?
That is the Oktoberfest.
Yeah. They didn't mark it on the box. That happened on my box too.
This is my so my in-laws who listen to the show, Chuggalo Todd and Chuggalo Peggy, knew that I wanted this beer. Yeah. I was like, yeah, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, they don't.
Right.
So they went to our favorite liquor store, and they're like, they don't have it. There's nothing on this box that says that this is not. This is blue. There's nothing that says
nothing.
So I'll show you the can. JT bequeathed us, Stacy and I, this. Okay, so that looks like a nice Oktoberfest can. What on this box? I'll show you because it takes a while. So that's blue. Here it is. You have to look. God, I love how that shows up on the can.
Look at that. Staghorn.
They went to multiple stores, and they asked somebody, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's right there." And at the first store they had an entire end cap of it.
Yeah, sure.
But you would never know.
You wouldn't know. What the fuck, New Glarus?
So anyways, that's where that was going to be my takeoff for this episode. But like,
I get it. Oh, I get it. That's it's too subtle.
Their bottles are different because their bottles are 3/4 of the way papered, but then you can see because they have a nice ribbon on them, so you're able to see the type of beer that it is.
You can see the ribbon. Okay.
But on this you can't. So you'd have to look. You'd have to know where to look, and it's printed after the box, so it's all the same standard box.
Yeah.
Besides, you can see over there that 12-pack.
Yeah.
Green is going to be Spotted Cow, but all the rest of them, there's seasonal stuff. But
it's blue. What other kind of seasonals do they have?
Oh, they have so many of them.
So many? Oh, okay.
Like that Pils is technically seasonal.
Oh, that's the seasonal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like the strawberry rhubarb is a seasonal.
That's
a
I
Springer.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
There's so many. Like their thumb. Again.
That's their best beer, the strawberry rhubarb.
Oh yeah. And you can sit on that one. They say they drink it fresh. I've sat on that for over a year and it's been fine. But do you want more?
I'll never drink it fresh.
I'm never gonna stop.
I
love it when he does that.
In anticipation or in protest of Wisconsin, I will never drink it fresh. The Bears won this weekend, by the way. Beat the Rams.
That cost me so many parlays.
Did I don't believe that Josh Allen ever scored, did he?
Josh Allen didn't score. I had two.
He did have some touchdowns.
I had 2 out of 4. I did a $1.97 parlay at the chance to win $32,000. 2 out of the 4 players I had, they had to score the first touchdown.
Yeah.
And I had 2 out of 4.
Now MGM does something interesting, whereas if the person that you chose scores the second touchdown, you get your money back.
See,
now you didn't bet a lot of money, so it's not that big.
$1.97 to win $32,000.
Fine, but
I had people follow me on that bet.
Oh, I bet.
I'm like, do your own. It was Alan Lazard.
What are you using?
FanDuel.
Okay. I'm gonna.
I
like those parlays.
I just like doing fun parlays.
Yeah.
My other beef, and I'll exchange it with friends. We've got a group or whatever, and we chit chat about them. Because I won quite a bit of money on college football on Saturday. My beef with that is if you play daily fantasy, Chuggalo Ryan is really good at daily fantasy. He makes a killing. And you do the sports book, it's 2 separate accounts. Mm-hmm. It's one login, but it's 2 separate accounts. Yeah, and the money doesn't cross over.
Oh, that's dumb.
So stupid.
I did really good on daily fantasy with baseball.
Did you play this year?
I'm terrible. No.
Okay.
I have not touched betting in a long time.
You and Joey won me money this year. I just had you guys pick games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you were the guys that won me money.
Everyone else did it. I think I could do well. For some reason I just don't do it. I don't know. I have all the tools to be successful.
You have the internet. Know what a baseball is.
I know how to code and do.
He knows how to code.
Machine learning.
That's my JT. That's my favorite.
But I just don't do it. I could do it. I could do predictive analysis on, scoring and stuff, but I don't do it.
And my daily fantasy team, the league that I'm in, $25 a week.
I love that.
I've been in the bottom 5 out of 10 every game.
It's hard.
So
daily fantasy is tough.
It sucked. I had Jordan Love in my starting lineup, and I switched it out for Aaron Rodgers. They cost the same amount, and Jordan Love had 4 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
I would have cashed for that one swap because I had Nico Collins and whatever.
Yeah, it's tough. It's hard to predict. Football's weird.
It's fun though. A little more skin in the game because fantasy football is not. My keeper Pacheco in all 3 of my leagues, and I have Rashee Rice in 2 different leagues. Both are out long term, like that, and that's just the season's over because there's no one on the waiver wire.
No, the waiver wire is totally dry.
That's why I want to totally in my group do more daily fantasy.
Yeah, I would love to be in a daily fantasy league.
$5.
$5 a week would be great.
Yeah, I do 25 now. It's a little rich, especially, but last year, I took first twice and second once, and that I came out ahead because then the rest of it I was in the bottom 2 every week. But I just lightning struck.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's do some can art.
I think we lucked out with this bottle compared to some of the other ones.
All right, it's a frog and some scrubs. Let's just let's call a frog and scrubs what it is. It's a frog and scrubs. It's good though.
2018.
2018, old beer. Well, so the can art is a frog and scrubs, and that's where we're going with it. Surgeon General's warnings, Ohio, hops, cattle, Barron's Ball winner number 2. Imperial American Nut Brown, 8.6, and there's a bunch of words. All right. Cool words. Now, Hoppin Frog's can art and bottle art is pretty similar every time. There's not much to report here other than the scrubs. I do not wish to be a surgeon, though every time I visit a doctor who's not a surgeon, I think afterwards I should have been a doctor. Why didn't I do that? They make so much money. Dermatology is probably the one that I would do. I know there's gross. I've thought about many of them, and there's gross stuff to all of them. Surgeon's the toughest because your access to kill is too great. You're right there, and you could kill a patient so easily. And I don't want that responsibility. Now, dermatology, I go to a dermatologist, and I'm in and out in 5 minutes. It's
Dr.
crazy.
Pimple Popper.
No, I don't see Dr. Pimple Popper. That'd be great. I don't have anything to pop. But I go to a dermatologist, and it's awesome. It's quick. Boom. In and out. And she's just got patients lined up in every room, and she's making a killing. That's what I'd do. I should have done that. Why didn't I do that? It makes so much money. Surgeon, though.
I know, but 25% of your stuff goes to malpractice.
Yeah, malpractice insurance and stuff, but you still make, after it's all said and done, you're making a killing.
Do you have an exit strategy? Do you have a dollar amount or an age that you hope to make it to, and then you're done? Like me, I will say I'm 60. 60, I'm done.
Well, I want to be done as soon as possible. My financial planning says that I could sustain if I get to 2 million. And I could sustain on my current lifestyle, and the money will just, regenerate itself.
Yeah.
At that level. But I'm like not there, not even close. So yeah, maybe that. And if I could get there soon, like if let's say we inherited some money, or maybe the house went up.
Was that like a hint of Chuggalo Mom?
No, that's not a
chest of gold
coins. She's not. But like the house values have gone up a lot.
Because if she has money like she hugs, that woman's a millionaire. Your mom.
She has money she hugs.
If she has money like she hugs.
Oh, money like she hugs.
Yeah,
she's probably a millionaire. Yeah, that's true.
My goal is 60. If I would be,
I don't want to work forever.
No
way. I did watch the Vince McMahon thing on
all 6 of them.
Yeah, and I understand where, like, just working forever. Like there's things that like I'm doing at work right now, where I'm just like excited about how it will turn out.
Yes.
There's teams that are developing things that are exciting. But that doesn't mean that I want to do this forever. I'm excited to see where it goes. But like Vince McMahon, he's addicted to work. And I think he's in a position where he thinks, no one can do this like I can. And that's probably true.
I'm still in the place with him, and I watched all 6 of them too. I would say it was 90%. I didn't learn anything. I like to learn stuff new.
Yeah, it wasn't for you.
And that's fine. I still have my poster of him up in my man cave, like me and Vince together. Because before all of that was a moment in time, and what he meant to me in my childhood, and like what he set up. It's interesting how open he was with his sex addiction multiple times during that.
Yeah, I agree. It was interesting.
That he said that, by all accounts, him and Linda are still married, and by all accounts, by his own admission, he's a philanderer at best. But it was interesting hearing, and the big takeaway for me, and they posted it. There wasn't a gotcha piece for everyone but Vince. Most of those interviews were conducted prior to 2022.
Yeah.
So, and they say they have hundreds of hours of interviews that they are still on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's crazy.
You're a content generating place like Netflix.
Yeah.
That your value is based on your content.
Yeah.
Put more out.
They will.
What's the cost?
They probably will.
You sure hope so.
It'll trickle out. But yeah, so they say, at the end, do you ever see him retiring? And the answer is pretty much no. I want to retire. I like working. I think I get a lot from it. I like achieving things. And I do worry that in retirement I'll feel a lack of achievement. But I'll find enough to do to not give a shit about that.
Mine is just time. Like, I always look at my time as like a plate of food.
Yeah.
Work and everything else like that is all the vegetables and all the other things I don't want to eat. So I eat all of them right away to get to the good stuff. And now that I'm adult,
that's a good way to look at it.
I can control my plate.
Yeah.
But I get all of the undesirable. That's people ask, why do you go to work at 3:30 in the morning and stuff like that? Because I want to push all that stuff to the left. So then I have the opportunity to do stuff like that, to enjoy the meat and potatoes.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to do that. It's good that you can do that.
Eventually, I'll have to grow up one day, Peter Pan. But
that's what I thought. But it's not. That's definitely. You've carried it through.
I've been lucking out.
Yeah, you have. But yeah, I don't know. There's enough. Yeah, if I could get $2 million in my retirement account, I think I'll be fine. Now inflation's fucking things up. I don't know how much everything's gonna cost, but my house will definitely help.
Yeah. It helps for me, talking to my financial planner, like 60 is my time. I'm going to well exceed my financial goals, and especially having the retirement income from the military and then the retirement medical. So mailbox money is always important, and then always having free medical for the rest of your life once you get to that threshold. because that
that's good.
Under our current architecture, that's not gonna. I don't know if that goes away. There's too many palms that are getting greased or whatever if we go to a single payer system, but. 'Tis the season. We are in the election. That's not coming up, though. Season. It's not everyone's.
Yeah, no one's talked about healthcare.
Everyone's looking way more immediate.
They're looking way more immediate.
Gas, inflation.
Gas, inflation, and abortion, it seems. These are the big topics of the day. When you're a mole person and you're looking back, those are the topics. Not a lot of war conversation either, but probably should be.
All that's funding related. Like, why are we giving so-and-so...
Yeah. That's where I'm at, funding. Anyway, doesn't matter. So the can art, that's good. We're done with that. I am at a 4.0 on this beer. I think it is well done. Again, hides the alcohol well. And for a brown ale,
right? That's a surprise.
It comes in syrupy, darker. It comes in almost stout-like, even almost like candy dessert-like.
In flavor or in body? Both?
Both.
Wow.
Yeah, both. You can definitely taste like the darker charness to the malt.
Caramelization.
It's there. But there, that underlying flavor that exists in this beer is, it's like a caramelization. It's like caramel or some sort of syrupy sugar type thing. Almost like not quite molasses, maybe just generic burned sugar. It's really good, but it's not otherworldly good. It is somewhat forgettable in that it's a brown ale. Now, if you had a lot of these flavors in a stout and you were delivering it in like a thicker, more dessert-like beer, it's possible that this beer would be elevated to a 5 or even 4.75. But it's at a 4.0 because just like what it is and how it delivers it, that memorability, that's where the beer lacks, I think.
I'm probably going to say that this is my favorite Imperial Nut Brown Ale of all time.
That's probably also mine.
I know that's not a problem. I will remember this beer for that, like, because again we have our spots that we like.
Actually, I can't see that.
That brown ale.
You won't remember.
Will this be again the quintessential beer of being that beer that is always going to be the coffee sour that we had from Tripping Animals.
Oh, right.
Like, that beer had no business being that good.
Yeah.
Off the top rope, this is a 4.5 for me.
4.5.
This is good, but it doesn't have those hallmarks that make it a home run for me. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're a nut or a brown ale or some amalgamation of liking that type, that this beer could be that for you. I still really dig it. I think we've lucked out with some of these, Carbonator and stuff like that. I think we lucked out with this Hopping Frog one, knowing the age on it, because it still comes through that hoppiness. Still wins the day.
Yeah.
It just has different characteristics that we don't get, and we just had a double IPA, so we went double Imperial, so higher alcohol, wildly different, but based in a robust hop profile.
Yeah.
So similar but different.
You might even be better off identifying the nut. Or working more towards that.
Yeah.
You got like hazelnuts, you got cashews, whatever.
Hazelnut.
Like, don't go with peanut, obviously, because there's like peanut butter stuff.
It's not a nut.
But yeah, if you go with like a hazelnut, or you go with a cashew, would be interesting because you can get like a buttery. This would be a good savory beer.
Yeah.
But they just don't. I don't know. They just don't give you enough promise. Promise me more things.
Promise me more.
That way you could either fall short.
Would you rather overpromise and underdeliver, or overdeliver and underpromise? You know what I'm saying?
I would rather you overpromise and underdeliver. I wouldn't rather that for the score of the beer.
I feel like
I would rather that because if you do deliver, then you've nailed it. Like
it's a much smaller target.
If we drink a beer that says I'm this,
yeah,
and it hits the mark, I think we give it a higher score.
Okay, because for me, I'm much more like if you say that there's 4 or 5 things on there, and I'm only getting like one of them.
It's a catch-22.
That's a ding.
If you get dinged if you don't hit the things you say, but because you said them, if you do deliver, I think you get a better score.
Yeah, if you follow through.
Yeah, if you follow through.
Much smaller target though, right? Because it's hard
the coffee sour you described, where would that fall? That would fall in
shock
promised
and
delivered.
Shock and
you
awe.
delivered what you promised.
Shouldn't have happened.
Get a bigger score.
But yeah.
Shouldn't have happened. That's true.
I'm excited because again, these are now tripping animals isn't going to sneak up on us now, and we've dabbled with them throughout the years.
Nightmare could sneak up on us.
Nightmare could sneak up
if they had any nightmare.
But as we explore these different breweries or whatever, and and some breweries are failing, other new ones are coming up or whatever. There's not a lot out there. I mean, Treehouse and stuff like that we haven't.
Hoppin Frog could surprise us.
Are lauded in the community.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of the Advent calendar is because Sarah and the Barrel House, their reach exceeds our grasp.
Yeah.
And the fact that she can go around and go to her distributors and have these conversations and be like, hey, this is kind of what I'm looking for. Your connection up in Connecticut. Help me out. His name.
Yeah, his name is...
Sorry. But
I got it. Hold on a second. Go ahead.
Yeah, who makes all of his nut on selling Corona.
Yeah.
I think it was Corona.
Maybe.
Because he was January of 23.
Why do I forget? Great
episode. February 23.
He's amazing. He's awesome, dude.
But again, that's why I look forward to the Advent calendar.
It's just because we've had some beers.
I am ready for December 26th. Believe me, like when December 15th, 16th hits, because I need that day off. But Jeff, Connecticut Jeff, and
I didn't use my phone. I just unlocked it.
I'm just super excited because there's always one hero or two heroes, and I have
there's going to be multiple heroes this year. The hype is there. I mean, this is the most prepared you've ever.
The party's going to be off the hizzy.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
We're going to take side bets on when JT leaves. I think I'm going to have 115. I think that's what I'm.
115.
I'm picking.
All right, that's good to know. I'm not sure it's 116.
You're not going to be able to be in this bet obviously because you can control it. That's not
I can
fair.
Control right. Obviously, it's
obviously
not fair.
For the Chuggalos.
I want to take some side bets though.
I will spoil. There will be flat bar openers up for a raffle.
Wow, up for a raffle.
So we put your name in a hat. Also, again, pizza. An opportunity to hang out. There's going to be more gifts, more things that we have to raffle off. There's a good chance with the stuff that we have that you'll be walking away with more than just an Advent calendar. Hopefully not an STI, but
it's possible.
Other gifts. It's always possible.
I mean, yeah, but we don't control that.
No, we don't.
No, there's nothing we can do about that.
That's why there's 2 bathrooms at the Barrel House.
But, is that why?
Yeah.
For STIs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Those toilet seats, not there. No, that's wrong.
No. They're clean. They're all clean. That's where we're at in this beer. You gave it a 4 or 5. I gave
4 or 5. Delightful.
I'm at 2 4-0s today.
I wish I had more. I'm going to go back to the cellar. You're going to start seeing that in the coming episodes. I'm going to go to the cellar for
I've got some cellar stuff that I'm just curious of. When am I going to revisit this beer?
Yeah.
I've got some bourbon barrel stouts, Bourbon County from 2018. I'm not sure when to revisit it.
I got some 2016s in there.
I've got
that's why I have the spreadsheet.
120 minute.
Because when people are coming over, I just send them the spreadsheet. What would you like?
What do you want?
What would you like?
What do you want?
Give me 3.
Yeah, good idea.
That's what I try to do.
Yeah. Well, we've done the beer. It is. I don't know if you want to talk anymore, but we have baseball playoffs starting. We could talk about that, or we could wait. And that's it.
Baseball playoffs. JT.
What do you think?
Versus Matt. 7-5. It was a close game.
Oh yeah, 7-5. Is it over now?
It's over.
All right. That's great.
Unless you're playing down right now, you could go pick up. You need some bats. You could go pick up some Brave or
I don't give a shit.
Met bats.
Am I playing somebody?
Yeah, you're playing me. That's why I brought
Still?
it up. Yeah. The season was extended the day to make
so
up.
this counts?
Yeah.
I'm not going to add bats. I'm fine.
We're always in open, friendly competition.
It's not
there's no money or anything on it.
It's 3.
Yeah, we're not in the top. I hate when people stream like that. Anyways, that's not my style. But I was playing down.
Were they all streaming?
No, I didn't look.
Oh, okay.
Because I was going into Wednesday. You were beating me 10-2.
Yeah, Wednesday, but that's because I had a lot of pitching early.
Yeah. I still don't think you have any wins.
No wins? Well, that's because my pitchers are great at striking people out, and their teams are terrible. Wins is a bad stat for pitchers. I don't think wins should go to pitchers. I think pitchers enable the win, but they do not cause the win.
Yeah.
And they should not get credited with a win. I think that's a stupid stat.
Oh, you have 2 wins. You got them on Sunday.
Oh, excellent.
You're killing me.
So I'm losing now.
And
I thought I was winning.
And you're sub 2 ERA. So
that's great.
You did quite well there.
Yeah, I mean, I did bad in a lot of categories. I've been, adjusting. My offense has been incredible.
Still have fun. We're not in the money, but it's worth every penny. I'd pay more to do it.
The draft matters, but who knows?
Says the guy that's never drafted. You always auto draft.
Yeah, I've drafted.
And you still did really well.
No, not this year. I did for a while.
Yeah.
And then didn't do so well. And it auto drafted a lot of guys who were hurt.
Yeah.
Like Matt Olson.
That Jazz Chisholm.
That trade
worked out for me.
I would take that back.
Worked out for me. Once he went to New York.
Because I dropped O'Neal Cruz.
No, Cabrian.
Cabrian Hayes, yeah. So,
I went and looked. I was like, oh, he doesn't even have. I felt bad.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It was a good. I think at the time it was a fair trade. But then he went to the Yankees and everything changed.
6 home runs in his first 11 games.
Crazy. That was a bad trade. Oh well, you live and you learn. Jess Chisholm's good. I have his autograph, so I'm okay with that.
We're almost equal for the Chatwood advice.
Yeah, Chatwood. Yeah,
almost.
Well, no, I mean I actually
look at home trade. And on turf on Tuesdays. He's unbeatable.
It was true.
It's very obscure.
Away, I think it was away.
Yeah,
he was like great away because he was on the Rockies at the time. Anyway, I think that the.
Is this gonna be your World Series pick?
Yeah.
Okay. We gave ours before the season started.
It's got to be the Phillies.
You said the White Sox and the Marlins. So
did I say that at the beginning of the season? I thought that was last year.
You did. You said the
White Sox. There's no way I said the White Sox and the Marlins. Is there?
You did.
I might have. I think that was
last year. I've got a feeling.
Last year the White Sox.
Let's go back. I'm
going
to splice that in here.
The Yankees are going to be good, but I don't think they're going to beat the Phillies. I think the Phillies. Phillies-Yankees.
I don't see the Brewers going very far. It's just
no, me neither.
Again, they had 18 different pitchers start a game for them this year.
I don't know how they did it, but
they
did.
Won the division by 10 games.
They won the division. Well, the Cubs also lost the division, I think, in a big way.
And then the Cardinals took second.
And I don't blame Craig Counsell. I blame Jed Hoyer, who's just a dumb person.
I've never heard of this Craig
just
guy.
A dumb person.
Are you saying Greg?
Jed Hoyer is a dumb person.
Greg Counsell?
I think he's a dumb person.
Greg Counsell?
Have you ever met someone you're like, that's a dumb man? Jed Hoyer is a dumb person.
Yes, I will not commit to camera because we both know individuals that will apply.
Jed Hoyer's dumb. He's stupid. He's a stupid person. And that happens, Is there going to be a Diamondbacks team that no one would pick and they still have a chance? No.
No. Do you know that they outscored they are the high scoring team in the majors this year?
Great.
By
I didn't know that.
50 runs.
That's awesome.
50 runs.
Who did they play? Did they play teams that would allow that?
Yeah, there's a lot more parity in baseball, like with.
Well, I mean, it's just like the Dodgers.
They have 2 teams above them in their division.
Yeah,
it says a lot. It's not like they
outscored with some teams that are good, but did was the NL West just good at scoring, or was there good defense? I don't think there was good defense. I think that the West was just good at scoring.
So
the Padres, the Dodgers, they just score shitloads of runs every game.
I don't like the Yankees staff. I really don't.
No, I don't either. But
They're
I
not
think
very
they're good. The team's good. What are you going with? I like the Orioles.
Nope. They don't have the moxie. I don't know.
That's true. They probably don't have the moxie.
And everyone's
too much hair.
Everyone's gonna say the 2018 Astros that came out of nowhere and were built.
Oh, the Astros. People forget about the Astros. Yeah.
The Orioles are built like they sucked for so long and they stocked their farm system and they did really well, and they're gonna do well in years to come.
Yeah, there's just too much hair right now. Yeah, all the players have too much hair. That's just a sign of youth. The Astros are always a surprise. Yeah, the Braves aren't going to.
They're not even in there. They only got because there's a fight for that last wild card.
Yeah, the Braves they're not going to do anything. The Mets no, Diamondbacks no.
The Mets came on. They
Padres,
were the Mets were in sell mode. This is not good pod.
It's great pod.
I like.
Who's the AL winner for you?
God,
it's coming.
I'm just not inspired by them.
I'm just gonna fill in the dead air.
The Yankees.
Yankees are the AL winner. Who's the NL winner?
The Brewers.
Oh, okay. And who wins the World Series?
It's gonna be a repeat of the '80. No, they were in the AL too. When the Brewers win.
Yeah, they were.
The Brewers are gonna win the series. They're gonna win.
Brewers are gonna start
a bunch of random. I'm gonna go put in a bet right now. I bet they've got probably the lowest odds.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put $1. I put $1.97 on that touch. I'm gonna put $1.97 on the Brewers. I'm gonna let you guys know. I would do it right now, but we're at the end. I would do it live.
It's all right. Everyone. The closest comp to my oldest son, though, is a Christian Yelich type hitter. So that's always fun.
Yeah,
to be like, wow, fucking. Well, not the injury part, just the body type. Hero. Skinny guy with power.
6'3" from Southern California.
Tall, yeah,
lanky.
A lot of power, and nice guy. Seems like a nice guy. I think Christian Yelich is a nice guy.
He is.
I recently bought his autograph because I like Christian Yelich, even though I hate the Brewers. I don't hate the Brewers as much as the
Cardinals.
So
way to qualify.
Fuck the Cardinals. Fuck them. Fuck them. And all their guys.
Should have kept Ozuna as a keeper.
Yeah.
I got talked out of it.
Oh, I also let him go last year. Beating women up is typically not a great thing.
Yeah.
I didn't think he'd do well, but he's good.
He's just fucking gangbusters.
Anyway.
He'll be in top 5.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. That's baseball. That's wrestling. That's all of it. Episode 298. That's it. We're done. Bye.